So for more on the upcoming funeral of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi and just the developments at the homestead, SABC News reporter Simphiwe Makhanya is at KwaPhindangene residence in uLundi in KwaZulu-Natal. So let's take it there to uLundi now. Simphiwe, good morning.
Good morning to you, Sakina, Leanne, as well as the viewers of Morning Live. Well, we have been here since the early hours, Sakina, of the morning, really monitoring developments at the KwaPhindangene residence. This is the home of the former IFP founder and President Emeritus, as well as traditional Prime Minister to the AmaZulu monarch, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. Since the news broke, the news that is of his demise, we've seen a number of community members, coming here to pay their respects and also, coming to comfort really members of the Buthelezi family. And as you said in your introduction there, Sakina, that there has been a marquee which has been set up just next to the where we are, that allows basically for members of the community to converge for a daily service. All this in honor of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. A lot really has been said by even some of the leaders that have been coming to this homestead, to speak to the family, but they various views coming, from all sectors of society with regards to his legacy, especially when you look at his role as the AmaZulu traditional Prime Minister, having served three kings really of the AmaZulu Nation. We spoke to Amabutho yesterday, who was saying that this is a huge loss and a huge blow for them, because Buthelezi was someone who basically was a pillar in the AmaZulu royal family, even when there were disagreements, as maybe viewers would recall that there have been those issues with regards to a number of challenges facing the AmaZulu royal family. As one of those issues, of course, is the issue of the throne. Some of the royal family members not accepting the decision to have King Misuzulu Kazwelithini being appointed in that position of being the AmaZulu king. But of course, that's not the only issue. Recall, Sakina, that after he was appointed, Prince Buthelezi was at pains, to say that he was rather disappointed with how King Misuzulu Kazwelithini, has been handling the matters really that pertain to the Ingonyama Trust. And of course, that was not what he was known for. Only the issue of him being a politician as well, came to the fore. Yesterday, we spoke to Dr. Zwelini Mkhize, who was the former premier of KwaZulu-Natal, who's the current ANC NEC member, who also paid his tribute, to Buthelezi, calling him someone, who fought, all his life, to ensure that there is peace and stability in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Who can forget, Sakina, that there were clashes between ANC supporters and IFP supporters in this particular province, which unfortunately claimed thousands and thousands of lives. And with some people saying that, perhaps Buthelezi had a role in that, but of course we have been, privileged to actually interact with Prince Buthelezi himself and ask him, all these difficult questions with regards to the past, between IFP and ANC supporters. And Buthelezi has always been, adamant that he had never issued any instruction, for IFP supporters to go, quote unquote, on a killing spree. So he said when he was speaking to us as members of the media that what was happening was rather unfortunate. He was always condemning the violence, that occurred between these two parties, Sakina. But I suppose that with any leader, when a time like this comes, people will have different views with regards to that particular leader's legacy, and Buthelezi is, of course, not an exception to that particular, discussion. And of course, as you said in your introduction, Sakina, that the provincial government issued that statement yesterday, alerting members of the Buthelezi family as well as residents in general that the funeral service will be held on Friday here in uLundi, and the memorial service will also be held on Wednesday here in uLundi. We are still awaiting some form of communication from the presidency with regards to its decision whether they will accord Prince Buthelezi a state funeral or not. Sakina.